Do it right, do it now. Do it right now. Do it right, do it now. Do it right now. Do it right, do it now. Do it right now. Do it right, do it now. Do it right now. This is Right Now Podcast with J-Rock and KJ. Do it right, do it now. Do it right now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Right Now Podcast with J-Rock and KJ.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody locked in and tuned in with us as we go ahead and start this episode. We are going to be diving into a pretty serious topic.
Yeah.
Pretty serious topic. But before we dive into all that, I'd like to give my shout out to my partner, my co-host, the KJ from the IE, Mr. Cinco de Mayo himself. KJ.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. How you doing, buddy?
We're solid. We're doing another great episode set up for today. I'm excited to dive into this topic. It's something that, kind of resonates. And we're just in for a wild ride. That's all I got to say for 2024 through 2028.
Hey, we are definitely in. Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. It's time to go. So with that being said, we're going to dive into some things that popped off since your new president has hopped into the White House.
Right.
He signed off on a couple of orders.
A gang of.
A few.
A slew.
A few.
A slew.
Now, typically, we don't dive into politics.
Right.
And I want to make sure this is not really about politics
It's
per
not a
se.
political episode.
But some things that they cut really affected 90% of the people that listen to this show, that represent this show, the people 100%, well, 90% of the 100% of the people that come on this show.
Yeah.
100% of our special guests, of our Meebos.
Yep.
It affects them. So we feel like we really
100% of the hosts.
Yeah, 100% of the host, 75. Yeah. So we really
73 and a third.
Yeah, so we really felt like we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
But before we dive too deep into that, we do want to say hello.
Hi.
To all of our new guests, the people that have been tuned in with us for a while, the people that have liked, followed, subscribed, and shared. And if you haven't,
Tell your
please
best friend.
make sure you have told your best friend.
Tell your best friend.
And make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and share as well.
Correct.
So before we dive into this, KJ, you got anything you wanna get off your chest before we have this topic, have this conversation?
Nah, man. I'm just keeping a positive mental attitude.
Yeah. Okay. So this episode, again, we appreciate everybody locked in and tuned in with us, man. This episode is actually going to be, we're going to be diving into the DEI I put my
studies on.
black shades on.
Black shades.
My all black.
Looking ass.
Right. So we're going to dive into the DEI and how this new president, number 47? I don't know. Anyhow, how Mr. Trump has, President Trump has rolled back or called to a stop, to a halt, to an end. To an end.
Yeah,
there it is. To an end of
a lot of the
DEIs
initiatives that are in place. Some of those positions that are involved, not just from the federal government. Well, I mean, starting with the federal government, and then a lot of the businesses kind of followed suit.
Yeah.
I guess if it's not good in the federal level, then it's not good in my business too. So,
yeah.
Not all of them, but there's a
slew. Is that what they say?
So it's a lot of your unfortunate places. And,
yeah.
When you read into it and you're like, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. So again, we're going to be talking about the DEI, and again, that stands for
diversity, equality, inclusion.
Inclusion. So this episode, I guess we're going to just kind of table it and top it off, called Diversity Revisited: The Future of Inclusion in the Businesses, right? And how does that affect you? How does that affect us? Are you going to stop and quit going to some of these stores? Are you going to start utilizing some of these accesses to some of the things that you probably use quite a bit?
Right.
So let's kind of dive into that and what that means for you as a household and for us as a person individually. So let's just kind of dive into that, man. And again, welcome to another show of Right Now Podcast, man. DEI, that's right. We've seen a lot of these companies so far go ahead and take that initiative of cutting it off. We'll start with major companies that we use quite a lot. Amazon. Meta,
Yeah.
McDonald's, and most recently, Target, all stepping back from their DEI initiatives. So we already kind of know what's behind this shift, KJ, but what do you think is really kind of like,
I don't know, man.
purpose?
It's a really complex issue, if we're being honest. And what we're going to try to do is we're just going to try to break it down for our viewers and our listeners. So that way we can kind of, see if we can explain it the best way we can to make it make sense. Because it don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
But
it does, but it don't.
It can.
So let's kind of set the stage, right? So for those who don't really know how it all came about, so after the events surrounding George Floyd's death, many companies pledged to enhance their diversity efforts, right?
Right.
So now we're seeing a reversal. Right, let's bring it back. Remix. Let's bring it back. Well, why do you think that is?
Of course, it's going to be the political pressure. Definitely has played a significant role. So, with the recent changes in the government, the new executive orders, companies are reevaluating their commitments. So it's crazy. So, but what are some of your thoughts on that?
Shit. It's concerning like a motherfucker to me.
Low key.
I'm gonna be 100%. Especially when you consider the original intent behind these initiatives, right? There's major concerns, a major holdup. It's really like, damn, you're really just gonna show who the fuck you are type mentality, right? Oh, we're gonna do this, yada yada yada.
Psych. Or there's a way out. All right, we're gonna take it.
Right. So I think it's just I think a lot of these companies are really just making a mistake, honestly, but fuck, what do I know? What do I know as a someone who spends my money with them?
Right. I think, it could be for a lot of them, maybe not. But for some of the mid tiers, potentially could definitely raise, questions about their long-term impact on the brand and the culture, But personally, we talk about it all the time, but I think I would like to hear from some of our listeners. How do you think that, some of these companies should navigate through this landscape? It's tough times. The president is telling you this is what we need to do. And you see how he acts.
Yeah, we already see how he acts, how he maneuvers.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, we already see how he maneuvers. Yeah,
when you don't fall in line per se, or when you don't fall in line.
Yeah, when you don't follow his order.
So you definitely don't want to do that. But then also, if you're some of these businesses where a bulk of your shopping base and are upset due to some of the changes that you're making, I think we have to kind of look into what exactly the changes are, because I don't know, bro. I hope they don't just because Target, I'm not fucking with Target though. I'm just not.
Yeah. So what if Amazon pulled the exact same stunt to where they're saying, hey, you know what, we're getting rid of everything that has to do with equality.
Yeah. It's tough times.
It'd be tough times, right?
Tough times.
So my question is, I really like to know from our listeners and our audience, what draws the line for you? Right? When do you say enough is enough? Right? Because we can all say, let's boycott, we'll boycott or not shop there. Then what? Are you going to buy black owned? Let's be honest. let's be honest. Are you gonna support black-owned businesses the way you want to?
You gonna go to Bromart?
Because we know in the trend of being a black-owned businesses, you don't get the support.
Right.
Because, you want a discount. The money.
Should be looking out.
Yeah.
You don't,
So instead,
you don't
as
ask for a look out at Target.
Yeah, so instead, the black-owned companies are going to these Targets, getting in. You'll see in February, you get a month in front of
Not no more.
the store,
Not no more.
right? So they have to play that role because that's the only way you're going to get the support, right? So now they're saying, hey, we can't. Are you still going to support them,
Right.
right? No, you're going to want that discount.
Right.
Right. So it's tough. It's really tough. I mean, so I really want to know from, everybody listening in, what really draws the line for you? When's enough? And what does that look like for you?
Right.
Are you really going to support black owned businesses? Right. And if so, what does that look like? How does that look? Are you going to use black owned for everything?
Right.
Right. Are you going to start trying to find the people who have your black owned grocery stores?
Right.
Just imagine if the black community came together that way and said, you know what, fuck it. If y'all want to roll back diversity, we have our own diversity.
We did. They burned it down.
Come on, man. You ain't got to say nothing.
No, I'm just, anyway,
So,
to the crisp.
you go back and you take a look. I mean, you can take a look at music, take a look at clothes, trends.
Huh.
They all repeat themselves.
They do.
We on our last episode, the NFL episode, we were talking about a movie, Remember the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when that movie or do you know when it took place?
It's like the 60s.
71.
Yeah.
1971.
Right.
What's changed? I mean, I can't say what's changed. A lot has changed, but has it changed?
There's
You
things
see
that
what
have
I'm
changed,
saying?
but the fundamental
It's the same, bro.
situations are very, very equal.
Very equal.
Yeah. It's similar.
Right. So again, man, please feel free to drop us your thoughts. If it's in YouTube, if you're leave a comment, however you're listening to the episode, leave a comment. Let us know. Reach out on social media. Hey, tell them again, KJ, how they can follow us, man.
We're right now podcast on IG and TikTok. TikTok's back, and then we are right now with J Rock and KJ YouTube and Facebook. Correct? Yeah.
So yeah, make sure if you haven't following us there and leave us a comment. I really do want to know, what that looks like for you guys.
What is your that's enough? What is your line?
Yeah. So with that being said, with what enough's enough, that's your line. Let's kind of dive into perspectives on, the DEI.
Okay. So Ethan Peck from the National Center for Public Policy Research, he actually argues that these diversity programs, they pose risks to the shareholders' values. So what do you make of that?
Come on, man. He said it right there. The shareholder value, right? So that's a tough balancing act. While shareholder value, I guess it is important, obviously, right? There are also legal experts who can warn that dropping the DEI could expose company to discrimination lawsuits, right? So, and you obviously, you work in the legal field.
Yeah.
So what are your takes and output and kind of thoughts on, people like that taking legal ramifications?
It's tough, bro. It appears that the companies are, caught between a rock and a hard place. If you drop your DEI initiatives, you basically risk backlash from the people who, the marginalized groups, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, shit, absolutely. Shit, I mean, PPP, right?
Triple P's on them.
Shit, I mean, that's a conversation really kind of worth having, right? Now, the question is, are these companies, are they really truly prioritizing shareholder value, or are they just feeling the pressure, like you said earlier, of President Trump, reacting to the political pressure? Because, as you said, you can know the backlash of what happens if you go against
in
them.
line. If you don't fall in line,
If you go against a dictatorship,
I mean. Oh, you don't want to take my planes? Oh, bet 50% tariffs, 25% this, 50% that. Like, come on, fam. So just imagine, like, oh, you guys are. I just hope they don't mess with my. I definitely dropped my Sam's Club card. I definitely went and purchased some Costco Big C's.
yeah.
So, big Costco gang.
I mean, it's like I said, it's frustrating to realize that companies can just be like, you know what, fuck it.
I mean, I on the flip side, I just can only go on the flip side. Get down to lay down. It's just like if somebody wanted to catch a fade, they run up on you. You can either fight back,
Yeah.
or you gonna be like, all right, fam, I'm down now. We gang. And a lot of these companies was like, we gang then. I'm down.
Shit, yeah.
And that is what it is. I just, I understand some of it is like, specifically because we're gonna hire you. All right. And if your idea is to make it more even, it was never even in the first place. So
Yeah,
you're never
100%.
gonna get it to be even.
No.
Because it was never even in the first
They
place.
don't want it to be even, bro.
Come on, bro. You don't gotta go there. So it was never even in the first place, and the idea behind these initiatives is to try to make it even, so that way we can get people that look like us in positions of power or positions of leadership.
Yeah. And but that's also why it's so key, man, just to support that black-owned business, man. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. This is just my opinion, right? I'm a black-owned business. Right?
Facts.
We're going to dive into that here. Just, go to break, whatever. But,
Right.
So it frustrates me when other black-owned businesses don't support black-owned businesses. I mean, that frustrates the fuck out of me, especially when it's like when you really kind of promote black, but yet you still try to, you know what I'm saying? Like you still don't really fully support your people business.
Right. Nah, it's frustrating. I always want to try to get the hookup. Like, come on, fam. You don't go to a loot store, ask for the hookup. You don't go to Target, ask for the hookup. Yeah, they give you Target bonus points, bonus cash. But that's after you spend a whole bunch of bread at regular price. Come on, fam.
Yeah. It's just frustrating, bro.
Nah, I get it. 100%.
So that's why I ask, what's truly enough though?
Right. Nah, I mean, again, it's all about, and you guys can definitely go and dive in and see what the rollbacks look like, what the rescaling looks like. A lot of them is eliminating,
Getting rid of it.
those complete departments or those people who have those positions. There's a lot of that. Some of the stores is like, hey, we would definitely increase our minority owned like portfolio, so we'll carry a lot more of those products and stuff. And now it's like, nah, that's crazy.
We changed our mind.
Because I specifically get the stuff for Bella's hair specifically from Target because it's specifically a black-owned woman.
Go direct.
And nah, we just have to go direct because it works. It does her hair great.
Detangles.
It ding-tangles.
You ain't got to tell me. I already know what you're talking
You know
about.
what I'm saying? So we're going to have to do that. And, I like Target pants. These are my joints. Guess we're just going to have to look at something else. We'll have to look at something else. Sucks.
Got to go to Bullseye.
I'm gonna have to. They don't belong in the Bullseye right now.
Shit, I don't know.
But I think that's what their program is called, belong to the Bullseye or something like that. It's crazy.
I was trying to be funny. Target. You had to, instead of shopping at Target, you got to go shop at Bullseye. I didn't know there was
that's crazy. Anyway, so
Is this mic on?
it is. I think that's the problem. This one's on.
But
Okay.
so we do again. Give us your thoughts. Give us your input.
Yeah.
Let us know how you feel about the rollback on the DEI. What's your thoughts on it? Yeah, shit. I'm very curious to see what it's going to be. And actually, I'll put a poll out there. I got a poll I'm going to create and put out there. Just let us know. I really want to know your thoughts on that. Please share it also.
Share. I'm curious too. But before we continue, let's go ahead and take a moment to hear from our sponsor.
Hey, why not move right into it?
Right into it, right? So if you need a new roof, look no further than Polar Bear Roofing. They offer top-notch service and quality craftsmanship.
They absolutely do.
So, oh, you got it. Go ahead, let's hop in.
I mean, hey, I'm going to keep it simple. Hey, you visit us at polarbearroofs.com, or you can obviously give us a call at 469-634-5372. We really do know how to take care of you when it comes to your roofing needs. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Facts.
So my next question is, and my next thought on this, obviously, is the debate, right? So back to the discussion that we've been having. Some say, or some will argue, that these initiatives are just a fad, right? Like I just said, it comes and go, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think there's any truth to that?
I mean, so like originally I did, like in the first beginning, I thought it was just like whatever, but there's advocates like Christy Smith who emphasizes that the benefits of diversity, it's a driver for innovation. So I definitely wonder how you would see that, playing out here in the real world.
I mean, shit, it's all about perspective, right? Perspective is reality, right? Every argument against DEI, there's a counter argument highlighting its successes. There's definitely benefits of having a diversity on your team, right?
Facts.
It's 100%, right? You definitely, you want to, it's just a different feeling.
100%. I mean, typically in a lot of the places that I've worked for, I've seen a lot of people who don't look like me in positions of leadership, right? So there's a different level of, I don't want to say like communication, but I think that's the word to use because we can relatability.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, so if I work real hard, I can be like the guy who also is brown like me or black like me.
100%.
Whereas if we're working for these big, there's no way. It's him, his brother, all of them, you walk down the hall and nobody looks like you. Yeah. So it's like, this is not something that I can achieve. Like I can't be there. So I'm just always going to forever feel like an employee.
Yeah. And, same thing. I really would like to know what our listeners have to say about that, or what you guys believe. Do you guys think it's just a fad? Or do you think it could actually come back and be here to stay? Or do you think it's going to be gone forever?
I don't think it's going to be gone forever, but I feel like that they're going to definitely have to reevaluate and maybe not make it such a broad statement, but like they're going to have to reevaluate how they're looking at everyone. But, we definitely, definitely, we're talking a lot, but we definitely want to hear what you guys' opinions are. So just let us know how you stand on the issue. Just, leave us a comment, share, or leave a comment, or whatever. Let us know how you feel.
Yeah. I mean, as we look ahead and look forward to the future, I'm kind of anxious. I really want to know what's going to happen to all the DEI programs out there, right? Will we ever see a resurgence of them, or are we heading towards a complete dismantling all across the board? Or are we going to have some that are going to say, you know what, instead of kind of like, we're just going to do what we want and call it something else?
Probably.
And make it bigger and better to get the support, from us.
Right.
But, we'll kind of see.
I feel like the conversation is just changing. It's evolving. It's like they're going to definitely have to figure it out because, if 50% of your people don't shop at your place no more because of the situations that you decided, your money's going down. So you're definitely going to have to figure out a new way or an innovative way to reassess your DEI efforts.
Yeah.
Because diversity, definitely inclusion. Like, I don't understand what's bad about diversity, equality, or inclusion. I don't understand what's bad about that. Why not? Why?
Yeah, I don't get it, bro. I mean, I feel like it's just crucial for them, and not even to thinking about the consumer, right? I think it's crucial to have an open and engaged dialogue and listen to what the employees had to say.
Right. Never happens.
right? The employees should definitely have a fucking voice of what's about to happen with this rollback, because if I'm an employee of color, obviously, right?
Right.
And you guys are telling me, hey, man, we're cutting back on the diversity program, yada, yada, yada.
Why?
In my mind, I'm already thinking like, man, what the fuck?
Right.
The fuck? What?
Why?
Why?
Y'all don't want me here? Did I do something wrong? Am I a bad employee? Am I not on my shit?
And then when I made, you know, I'm like, what? It don't make sense to me.
Does it? It doesn't. Is it because what? Can't be because I'm doing everything. It's crazy. It's crazy because it's the why. But you know, definitely you want to, you know, get involved with your employees. I know, you know, a lot of people, a lot of leaders, they don't, you know, listen to their employees, but that's the people who do all the work in the streets. They're out there. So it's all about fostering an inclusive environment where everybody's voice is heard.
Yeah.
You know, companies need to focus on, you know, genuine engagement rather than just be like, we got number 6, number 7, number 8. All right, Steve came to work today. Jerron came to work today. Mike came to work today. Kenny came to work today. Like meaningful engagement.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Engaging in those conversations is all about diversity, and it can help build trust within, bro.
Bruh, that what we talked about last week, building trust.
That's it. And once you build trust within the organization, what do you think the consumers are going to do? Your listeners are going to do? They're going to advertise. You know, it's just going to be
right.
I'm really just kind of baffled.
I understand
that this shit's kind of taking place. I am, but I'm not, bro. You know, I get it.
Not surprised.
I'm not surprised at all.
Right.
What do these companies do in these situations, though, bro?
I don't know. I think it's a very great question, and I pose the question to the listeners. We want to hear what the listeners are thinking. How can businesses create a culture of inclusion while also balancing the shareholders' interests, and then also keeping Trump happy?
Yeah.
How?
How
do you be inclusive, diverse, and equal, but then also not appear to be solely focused on that?
Yeah.
How do you balance the two?
Yeah. How do you keep the balance equal?
Right.
To keep the equal.
Right.
Right.
Right. How do you keep it equal when it's already not equal?
Yeah.
How do you? Because DEI was supposed to help make it equal.
Yeah.
So you take that away. Now we're back to not equal.
So how do you equal out everything for the shareholder? How can you guys, if that's the reason why, how do you guys come together as one to figure that shit out?
Right.
Right. Let us know what you guys think on how that could happen. Let us know, like I said, on social media. Leave us a comment. You know, we'd like to know what your insights are. They're very, you know, invaluable to this discussion because, like I said, I know 90% of the people listening to us, this is affecting us.
Yeah. Everyone. So, and as we wrap up this episode, we want to first of all thank you guys all for tuning in. Again, this episode was Diversity Revisited, the future of inclusion in business. This conversation is far from over. We're barely, we are 1 week into activity.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
We're gonna definitely have more conversations about
100%. 100%. You know, I can't wait to kind of dive a little bit more into the future of this. Right.
It's gonna be a wild ride. Just keep positive mental attitude and hang on, buckle up, because it's gonna be a wild ride.
Again. You know, it is what it is. You know, like
I just hope we don't get another pandemic. That's all I hope.
Yeah. But hey, again, we do appreciate everybody locked in and tuned in with us for this episode. Just make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends, tell everybody about the episode. Tell everybody about the show. Make sure that they know about Right Now Podcast with J-Rock and KJ.
Yes.
Right. Also, you know, anyone that's, you know, watching these shows or listening to these episodes, they want to be like, hey, you know, because we've had people come on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what made you guys start a podcast? What made you guys get into the podcast? Hey, we can tell you the whole story why. If you go back and listen, you'll know why, how it happened. Right?
Just a few times.
Yeah. So, but if you're sitting there wondering how you can also start your own podcast, you're interested in starting a podcast, we invite you to come out take a look at the studio, see what we have, how we can assist you guys, how we can help you reach that. Maybe it's a 2025 vision of yours.
Yeah.
We're here to help right now podcast. You know, you can come visit the Perfect Project Studio.
Yeah.
Right here in DFW and see what everything we can do for you, man, from, editing, recording. I mean, we got it all.
We do.
We got it covered for you. State-of-the-art equipment. Doesn't matter how many people you have on the show.
Right.
We can get it covered for you.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We can facilitate that.
Absolutely.
Actually.
Absolutely. You got anything else you want to add?
Nah, man. I just want to thank y'all for joining us. I really want to hear this conversation. I want to have this conversation with you guys about the DEI rollbacks and stuff. So I can't wait to hear all your thoughts, all your insights, and I can't wait to, hear from you guys.
Yeah. Shit. Until next time, until then, take care and keep this conversation going because the whole world needs to know and understand why the DEI is so important.
Right.
We out.